Hello students, welcome back to our economics class. Today's topic is a small topic which is from unit number 9, that is money, banking and inflation. So components of money supply, it can be asked as a 5 marks. So it is a topic which consists of only 2 side readings, that is only 2 points. Very small and easy to understand as well as by heart, because one point is already repeated in our functions of commercial banks, functions of banks answer. So let us see. Let us go through the introduction first. Money supply includes all money in circulation with the economy. What is money supply? It includes all money, okay, which is circulated, means through different parts of our country money is moving from one place to another place. Alright, now I am staying in India. If I go to some foreign country or some other state, again my money will be flowing through someone, that will be circulated through someone. So the money is circulated in the whole economy. So money supply includes all money which is circulated in the economy in different parts of our country. Then components of money supply vary from country to country. Vary means it differs. It differs from country to country. Then coming to the first point, currency issued by central bank. So central bank is only bank which is having authority to issue the currency. Only who is having the authority? Only the central bank is having the authority to issue the currency. Now currency will be of two types. One is in the form of notes and second is in the form of coins. So currency is divided into, first is notes and second is coins. So RBI, that is nothing but the Reserve Bank of India, which is also the central bank of the country. So RBI issues notes of denominations 2000, 500, 100, 50 and rupees 20 and rupees 10. So these are the notes of denominations which are issued by RBI. What are those? 200, 2000, 500, 100, 50, rupees 20 and rupees 10. Then what about coins? Notes are issued by central bank. Okay, I have understood this. But who is having the authority to issue coins? Who is having the authority to issue coins? The coins are issued by the finance ministry. Coins are issued by whom? By the finance ministry of GOI. GOI means Government of India. So coins are issued by finance ministry of Government of India. Notes are issued by RBI. Just keep two things in mind. Notes are issued by RBI, that is central bank. Coins are issued by finance ministry of Government of India. So what was the first point? Currency issued by central bank. This is the first component of money supply. Then let us go with the last and second point. Demand deposits created by commercial banks. Demand deposits created by commercial bank. So credit is created by primary deposits. Credit means what? Loans. The banks will give loans to the customers, right? So from where they will get the money for providing loans? So loans, that is credit, is provided from the primary deposits by the public. We public will be saving our amount in our accounts, right? Monthly or weekly basis will be depositing some amount. That amount the bank will use to provide loans to other customers. So in economics terms, we need to write it as credit is created out from the primary deposits of money by public. Then this is also called as derived deposits or secondary deposits. Why it is called as derived deposit? Because already this is a bank and various customers come here for depositing money. Okay, that is their money, that is not the money of bank. That is our money which we are depositing into bank, and the bank is deriving loans from this money. Because of this reason, it is also called as derived deposits. Now, why is it called as secondary deposit? Primary deposit is our deposit which we are depositing in the bank, and the secondary is which are given by bank to the customers. First is we are depositing, that same amount is given as loans to some other customers. So it is the secondary deposit. Because of this, it is also called as secondary deposits. So credit is created out from the primary deposits of money by the public. It is also called as derived deposits or secondary deposits. So in developed countries, which countries? Developed countries, they constitute nearly 80% of money supply. Means what all the money they are getting from these deposits, that is nearly 80%. In which countries? Developed countries. So we have read 2 points under components of money, that is currency issued by central bank, and the second is demand deposits created by commercial bank. So topic have come to an end. Hope you are practicing all the previous classes also after attending the daily one, because it is very necessary and it is mandatory for every student to maintain notes. Just not as soon as the class is completed, just close your book and get busy in your work. No, you need to revise the earlier topics also, like what was the first class, what topics we have discussed. You need to by heart, so that whenever the college is going to reopen, that will be a great help for you. If you don't attend the classes daily, if you don't revise all the concept daily, then it will become a big hectic, a burden for you at the time of exams. So in order to be free and happy to write the exams and to score good marks, take out some time for practicing, especially this subject as well as the other subjects. See you in the next class with some more topics. Till that, stay healthy, stay safe and keep practicing.